Matty Kukas at the tracks for Powder River Basin. Check it out now. Alright, big coal trains. Ready? This is what we're doing today. Alright, Matty Kukas in Douglas, Wyoming. I came out here to see Wyoming, but also to check out this Powder River Basin rail line, and sure enough, we have activity. Stay tuned. Alright, so here comes the first coal train, my first coal train, out of Powder River Basin. It's like a Union Pacific. Look at that coal. Yeah, baby. I finally made it here. I say finally. It's been a desire of mine for a couple of years now to see this Powder River rail operation. It's been a desire of mine for a lot longer than that. To see Wyoming. So the two things come together today. I'm going to get some different vantage points. These cars seem to be rocking a little bit over here. Let me get a different view. Yeah, look at them. So they're over the rise here, the majority of the train. This train is picking up some speed. Of course, they got dynamic brake systems on these trains, keep them from getting out of control. It's definitely picking up some speed. Yeah, those cars are rocking. I don't know what that was. Shifting, throttling. Anyway, of course you got a DPU on the back, and in this case it pushes uphill and probably holds them back a little bit going downhills. Stay tuned, I'm going on the other side. There you go, my first Powder River coal train. Well, actually not, I got one yesterday. Sorry, but my first Coal train here at secret location. These guys all wave. The BNSF loves their rail fans. I'm gonna say that over and over again now. So I was gonna film this before, but that train came out of the came around the corner. So they're doing some maintenance up there. Looks like they're finishing up. That truck just left. The foreman or lead guy came down here and did something to the switch. And let me swing around. Yeah, it's hard to see, especially now with that other train, but there's an empty train. There's an inbound train sitting down there with empty cars, of course. Anyway, stay tuned. So now you can see the two headlights. The train going out and then the train sitting there. Hopefully the train coming in will get clearance to pull forward now. And we'll film that. So there's a stiff breeze out of the north. It's 70 degrees with a wind chill. That's a solid 10 knot wind, if not a little more. So we definitely have wind chill, and I'm wearing a hoodie, and I'm about to put the hood up. Yes, I'm a Florida guy. Anyway, let's see if this train starts climbing the hill. Alright, so yes, this train is moving now. Can you see the exhaust? Anyway, he's starting from a dead stop coming up a hill, and even though he's empty, it's going to take a while to get here, so, but stay tuned. Alright, so they're able to get going pretty good, pretty quickly, with empty cars and DP, distributed power units, no doubt. Here we go. Another Union Pacific inbound empties into Powder River Basin. Alright. I've never seen the top of that. All of you? Has everybody seen down inside a coal car? I know what it looks like, but some of you maybe never saw it. Honking at the crew up there, which is no longer working there. But yeah, able to get up that hill pretty quickly with all empty cars. And only 2 locomotives on the front and 1 on the back. I guess that's enough, obviously. So wait a minute, this train's on the middle track, even though they're working on that. Anyway, it's all got to be coordinated, you know. These grain trucks. It's just going back and forth and back and forth. All day long, baby, all day long. Working hard. All right, I won't have to be out here all day. A couple more of these and we'll go climb a mountain. It's beautiful out. It's cool. Did I just say that? Yeah. Great hiking weather. Anyway, I would like to get a meet. Maybe one going in, one going out, or two coming out. Oh yeah, so all day long, I don't know what these trucks are hauling, wheat. But this is Flat Top Road, Douglas, Wyoming. It's no secret, I was just being a goof. Okay. Pretty easy to find. Douglas is a nice little town. It's got multiple hotels and motels and a railroad museum and Ramos Cafe. Don't miss Ramos Cafe. If you come to Douglas, it's got the best internet out of the 4 or 5 places I tried, plus most attractive staff. Yesenia and Anjali, 2 of the ladies that waited on me, that were just friendly, beautiful, and great Americans. All right, here comes another train inbound. Maybe one will come outbound now, and we'll get a meet. If I film that, I'll be gone. You can really hear these locomotives working from quite a distance. Unfortunately, that fuel truck just went by, and that took precedence. Couldn't hear the train anymore. All right, so this one's Burlington Northern Santa Fe, as you can see, which is good. We get a little variation here. He seems to be on the middle track also. Following that one in, I guess you can stop pretty quickly going uphill. So they're pretty close together. So yeah, all right. So two locomotives in the front and one in the back, with the amount of cars they're using seems to be the right configuration. All right, I give them the hats off. All right. Some of these So some of these train crews, they like to play along, and other ones are all business. Same, look, the Florida East Coast Railway is the same way. I don't get a horn salute from every train. In fact, hardly. The 107 crew, there's a couple crews on the 107 that'll do it on a regular basis. I've got some crews on the midday train, the 105, give me a horn salute, but they hardly all do it. They don't have to. I'm not saying they need to. I just think it's fun. So the pusher is really cranking. You can see the exhaust. You'll see it as it gets closer. Better. You gotta take my word for it. Well, so yeah, it seems like it just powered down. So they're over the hump behind me. So maybe the pusher backs off a little bit. It's allowed to back off a little bit. It's not creating the exhaust it just was. So anyway, you can imagine how these work. The two pullers, of course, are pulling hard all the way up the hill, and the pusher, and then the train goes over the crest. And it takes a little bit. It doesn't immediately start using the gravity, but we're taking advantage of the gravity. But a certain portion of the train gets over the crest, and then they can change the throttle. I'm no expert on that. So throttle back. Use the dynamic brakes. Yeah, there's where I'm landing. So this looks like one of those blue and white remote control locomotives, like the ones I filmed in Tulsa, which is, yeah, I mean, I see they use them. I'm surprised, frankly, they don't have this whole thing remote control by now, going in and out. You gotta give humans work, man. You have all this remote control, automatic equipment, robots. You know, what are the people gonna do? Like, no company that builds robots is going to pay me to sit on my... Right? They're going to say, go find another job, douchebag. Oh, sorry. Fool. Go find another job, fool. All right, there you go. So this looks like the emergency turnout lanes they have on the highways and the mountains, where the trucks, when the truck's brakes fail or they get too heated up and they're not working, the truck can pull off the side and run into piles of sand. In this case, the train derails into the dirt and stops, which is what they want. What they'd want to happen, of course. Not have a runaway train down this hill. Alright, so this guy just stopped and said hi, and they're not hauling food, they're hauling sand for fracking. All day long, baby, all day long. All right, well, I heard a train down there. I thought it was a train on that ridge out there. Not necessarily a coal train, but we got another empty coming in. All right, there goes the high railer. Checking out this track. Yeah, so these coal trains, pretty heavy. I imagine this. They're constantly doing maintenance out here and checking the tracks, but that's good as he books off. All right, this one's another BNSF. It's a short train, a specialty train. So this is one often, well, I say often, I don't know how often, but this could be just one plant. So this array of cars here goes back and forth between the coal mines and one plant. And that's exactly how much coal they need each delivery. See, they don't all play, but most of them do. Give them the hats off and they keep it on. So these cars are, like I said, a little different. We call it blue, gold, and black. I mean, they're all the same on the inside. But this is a shorter train. And it's got a, is that a Union Pacific on the back? Let's see what the locomotive is. Oops, sorry for that camera work. It's I'm getting my eyes full of dust. There's, like I said, there's that stiff wind. You got this cold trains with the cold dust. You got these trucks, sand trucks, the sand and the dust. Yeah, I'm gonna need a shower after this. That's a BNSF. Just a little different kind of a pusher. Again, there we go. There's my ignorance and my lack of expertise in the locomotive area. I don't know the name, what the types of these locomotives, like some of the rail train video content providers. But hey, I'm here, they're not. But these two pickup trucks that just went by said Solaris Energy Infrastructure. All day long, in and out, sand for fracking. What a great world we live in. I don't know, seems kind of slow here. Maybe there was a lunch break. Let's see if I'd like to get one more coal train coming out at least, and then go do some hiking or mountain sightseeing and stuff. Alright, I was eating, but so that truck just rolled past me while I was eating. I had to cover up all my food, and I noticed it had a hazmat 1267 on it. That's crude oil from the fracking operation, no doubt. Alright, well, I'm gonna head back and stop on that hill over there. And if I don't see any headlights coming, then I'm gonna call it a day. Alright, so Matty Gook is here again. I was heading up toward the actual coal mine, Powder River coal mine area. Yeah, I figured I'd run into the tracks again, and I did. You can see that exhaust. So there's a train coming over that rise there. Let me keep running until he... Looks like the headlight's going to appear any second. And then I'm going to do a quick sidebar. Yep, there it is. So I'm going to film the train going over this bridge. I was thinking I was going to go back and film the train going over that other bridge with these windmills in the background. And there's I don't know if I'd be able to get them in the picture, but there's a bunch of storage tanks for oil or natural gas. But it's a pretty good haul up that hill there, and I'd be here for another hour, so you get the picture. I'm gonna film this train coming over this bridge right here, so and it's almost here. So here it comes now. It's over the crest. It's picking up some speed. I don't know how much speed they can pick up before I start climbing again, but so I saw this train. I drove out there and turned back, circled back. But this is a big, long train. I can talk about the coal industry here for a second. So I don't know who knows and who doesn't know, but so we export more coal from the United States than we use. I don't know how many people knew that. I've told that to many people who are completely surprised. A big long unit train like this will go straight to Norfolk, get transloaded onto a ship and out to some foreign country. That little train that I talked about with the blue cars back a little bit ago, that was probably a domestic train with a specific amount of cars for a plant. Whereas a train like this is, this could be for a plant too, but it's probably more likely just going to the port for export. Yeah, so I'm gonna film this train right here, and then I'm gonna go do some sightseeing. I've had enough of filming trains for today and dealing with trains. I had to stay around Douglas and find decent internet to upload my videos. So anyway, I want to get it done. It's now Friday afternoon. Look at this, just monster train, huh? Look at that coal mound up there on all these cars. It's amazing to me, it's something that's amazing to me. So they got two locomotives coming in with a DPU, with the empty cars, and they got the same configuration going out with all the loaded cars. I wonder what the tonnage is on a train like this. It's got to be astronomical. Anyway, here comes the DPU. Alright, there you go, folks. Powder River Basin, Wyoming coal. Alright, so hopefully you can still have that train. Matty Gook is here. I want to show my face. I got my new Wyoming hat. I'm gonna go find Bighorn. Do some sightseeing. If I see another train coming out of here, I'll stop and film it, but it's probably it for the day. Be safe for you all. Alright, so here comes another one. I told you I'd stop and film if there was another one. This one's a Union Pacific. Yeah, I should have recorded the numbers of the locomotives going in. I don't know if you can see. Alright. Nice. I don't know if we can record the numbers of the units going in and out. I should have, but there's another just massive freaking coal train. Look at this. I'm gonna pan back, so nice and quiet. Nice cars getting regular use, regular maintenance. I guess I can get closer than this. Walk through the scrub. That one needs some work. Oh boy, look. All right, so here we go. All right, well, I guess I'm going to be here for a while. I better shut off my car. You'll see why. I'll be lucky not to run out of space. So he's over that crest and probably got the brakes on, the dynamic brakes. I don't know. They got a short little downhill and then another big long uphill, which I've already driven past, so I don't know why they would be slowing down, but everything's about safety. I've said that many times and I'll continue to say it every time. So they're in no hurry. This coal's not going anywhere. Except for like Russia or China. Again, that's it. So that, I don't know, coal's not that heavy, I guess. Two locomotives and one DPU. Move all this coal up through these hills and valleys. Well, make me a liar if this is two DPUs. Hold on. It would be fun if it is, because then it'll be a different configuration than I've filmed so far, but it is. Oh boy, two DPUs. Woohoo! Oh, is that really loud? All right, so yeah, I was on the right track. So this train needs another helper because it's so big. All right, there you go, Powder River Basin, Wyoming. So the reason I said I was going to be here for a while, I might have to shut off the cars because there's a headlight up there, but that train's not moving right now. I thought it was going to be running almost side by side, but we're going to drive along and see, and if there's more trains, I'll stop and film. All right, so Matty Gookus here on my way to Powder River, and the empties are stacked up here 70 miles away. Actually, there was some behind me, so up to 80 miles away, you got the empties stacked up. Yes, those are empties, if you don't want to take my word for it. Anyway, empties are stacked up as far as 80 miles away. All right, so Matty Gookus here at the Wyoming mine in Gillette, Wyoming. You ever see a coal mine? So that's what a coal mine looks like. No, there's not going to be like huge earth-moving, like coal, like laying all over the place. All right, so it's after 6. I'm sure the mine is closed, but there's the warning about explosives and, of course, another no trespassing sign. I'm out of here. I'm going to try to see the other mine that these guys directed me to, see if I can see trains. All right, so we got a nice big power plant here, and it's not coal. In fact, I can't tell what it is. You got silos over here. I know they got paper mash burning plant in Palatka, Florida. They got some kind of a grain mash power plant. It also could be gas. There's tanks, which I've driven past the building a little bit, so there's tanks behind it over there, a little ways away from the building that look like it could possibly be gas, liquid natural gas or natural gas. Anyway, all right, so here's the other mine that they told me about, the Rawhide mine. I can't go in here. I'm going to go back and drive along these tracks, see if I can get a view. All right, so I'm not going to get out of the car again. So there's the other mine, the Rawhide mine. All right, I got to go back and head for Buffalo. So this must be a small mine. They got a back in 1 or 2 at a time car loading.